Hi, this is Javin Kharod, a chemical engineer by profession, going to continue our today's topic, chlorine. Now, what is that? First appearance, a yellow-green dense gas with choking smell. Now, uses. Chlorine kill bacteria. It is disinfectant. It is used to treat drinking water, swimming pool water. It is used to make hundreds of consumer products, from paper to paint and from textile to insecticide. About 20% chlorine produced used to make polyvinyl chloride, means PVC. This is very versatile plastic used. Window frame, car interior, electric wiring, insulation, water pipe, blood bags, vinyl floor. Now another major use of chlorine is organic chemistry. It is used to oxidizing agent and in substitution reaction. 85% pharmaceuticals use chlorine or its compound some of stage in their manufacture. Now the past chlorine was commonly used to make chloroform, anesthetic and carbon tetrachloride, a dry cleaning solvent. However, both of the chemicals are now strictly controlled as they can cause liver damage. Now chlorine gas itself very poisonous and was used chemical weapon during First World War. Now biological role. The chloride ion is essential of life. It is mostly present in cell fluid, a negative ion balance, positive, mainly potassium ion. It is also present extracellular fluid, blood to balance a positive ion. Now, most of the chloride need from salt. Typically, the salt intake is about 6 gram, but we could manage half of this amount. Now, natural abundance. Chlorine is not found uncombined in nature. Sodium chloride or common salt is the main mineral that is mined from chlorine. Sodium chloride is a very soluble salt but has been leached into ocean over the lifetime of the earth. Several salt bed lakes are found where incident sea has been evaporated and this can be mined for chloride. Chlorine is found mineral magnesium potassium chloride and potassium chloride. Now, 40 million tons of chlorine gas are made each year. Electrolysis of brine sodium chloride solution. The process also produces useful sodium hydroxide. Now, its history. Hydrochloride was known alchemist, the gaseous element, the first produced by Carl Wilhelm Schever, Sweden, by heating hydrochloric acid with mineral, which is naturally occurring manganese dioxide, a dense greenish yellow gas evolved which recorded having a choking smell which dissolved in water, give acid solution. The noted bleach impetus, pepper, and decolorize leaves and flower. Now, fact book about the chlorine is group 17, period 3, block P, atomic number 17, state 20 degrees centigrade, gas, electron configuration, Ne 3s square 3p5, melting point minus 101.5 degrees centigrade, minus 150.7 degree Fahrenheit and 171.7 degree Kelvin. Boiling point minus 34.04 degree centigrade, minus 29.27 degree Fahrenheit and 239.11 degree Kelvin. Density particular measure in gram centimeter cube, 0.002898. Relative atomic mass 35.45 and CS number 7782 minus 15 minus 5. Now, first important question arises. What is chlorine? The chlorine is Among the 10 highest volume chemical manufacturers United States, it is produced commercial by electrolysis of sodium chloride brine. Chlorine is used industries use household cleaning product. Chlorine was also first poison gas to be used weapon during World War One. Some of the chemical and physical property of chlorine that are chlorine is yellow green gas at room temperature. Chlorine has pungent, irritating odor similar bleach that is detected at lower concentration. The density of chlorine gas approximate 2.5 times greater than air, which will cause it is initially remain near the ground in area with little air movement. Chlorine is not flammable but may react explosive or from explosive compound with many common substances include acetylene, ether, turpentine, ammonia, natural gas, hydrogen, finely divided metals. Chlorine slightly water soluble and react moisture to form hypochlorous acid and hydrochloric acid. Chlorine is commonly pressurized, cooled for storage and shipment, amber colored liquid. Now, how chlorine used? Chlorine has variety of use. It is used disinfectant water, part of salination process for sewage industrial waste during the production of paper and cloth. Chlorine is used as a bleaching agent. It is used cleaning product include household bleach which is chlorine dissolved in water. Chlorine is used preparation chloride, chlorinated solvent, pesticide, polymer, synthetic rubber, refrigerant. It is used rid of smell of purifications. Now, how can people exposed to chlorine give the volume of chlorine in industrial and commercial location widespread exposure could occur the accident spill or release or from deliberate terrorist attack because of chlorine gas at room temperature exposure occur via inhalation. People may also be exposed chlorine through skin eye contact through ignition chlorine contained food or water. Now what is chlorine and mechanism of an actions? Health effects of chlorine are primary due to the corrosive property. The strong oxidizing effect of chlorine causes hydrogen to split from water in moist tissue, resulting release of the nascent oxygen and hydrogen chloride, which produce corrosive tissue damage. The oxidation of chlorine may also form hypochlorous acid, which will penetrate cell and react with cytoplasmic protein and destroy cell structure. Now, what are immediate health effects of chlorine exposure? The health effect of resulting most of chlorine exposure begin with second minute. The severity of sign and symptom cause chlorine will vary according amount route and duration of exposure. Inhalation. Most chlorine exposure occur inhalation. Lower level exposure chlorine in air will cause eye, skin, airway irritation, some of the throat, cough. Chlorine odor provide adequate early warning of its presence, also causes olfactory fatigue, adaptation, reducing awareness of one prolonged exposure, lower concentration at higher level exposure sign and symptom may progress, chest tightness, wheeziness, bronchitis, several exposure may result non-cardiologist pulmonary edema, which may be delayed the several hours. Health effect of chlorine. The chlorine is highly reactive gas. It is naturally occurring element. The largest uses chlorine company make ethylene dichloride and other chloride solvent, polyvinyl chloride, resin, chlorofluorocarbon, polyvinyl oxide. Paper company uses chlorine to bleach paper. Water may wastewater treatment plant are chlorine to reduce water level of microorganisms that can spread disease to human. Disinfectant. Exposure chlorine occurs workplace or environment following releases air, water or land. People use laundry, bleach and swimming pool chemical contain chlorine product. Usually not exposed chlorine itself. Chlorine is generally found only industrial setting. Chlorine enter the body breath in which contaminate air and both consume with contaminate food or water, it does not remain in the body due to its reactivity. Effect the chlorine. Human health depend upon amount the chlorine that is present and length of frequency exposure. Effect also depend health person condition and environment when exposed occur. Now breathing smell amount chlorine short period time adversely affect the human respiratory system. Effect difference coughing, chest pain, water retention in the lungs, and chlorine irritate the skin, the eye, and respiratory system. The effects are not likely to occur level of chlorine that are normally found in environment. Human health effect associated breathing and otherwise consuming small amount of chlorine over a long period of time not known. Some of the study worker develop adverse effect repeat inhalation exposure chlorine but other will not. Now ingestion. Since chlorine gas room temperature unlikely several exposure will result ingestion. However, ingestion the chlorine dissolved in water, sodium hypochlorite, household bleach, which causes corrosive tissue damage and gastrointestinal tract. Now, eye and dermal contact. Lower level exposure chlorine gas will cause eye and skin irritation. Higher exposure may result several chemical burn, unclarification of exposure. The compressed liquid chlorine may causes frostbite, skin and eyes. Children may receive a longer dose adult exposed environment with the same level of chlorine gas because have greater lung surface area to body weight ratio increase minute volume to weight ratio addition they are exposed higher level adult in some of the location where their shorter height and highest level chlorine gas may be found nearer to ground. Now chlorine poisoning treated is important things. How chlorine poison treated? There are no antidote in chlorine poisoning. In contact, the liquid chlorine occurs. Immediate decontamination of skin eye with copies. The amount of water important. It should be done by curity of patient and those exposure resulted herbicide. The chemical burn which resulted chlorine exposure should be treated thermal burn. Inhalation chlorine poisoning treated with supportive care and include administration of the humidified oxygen, bronchitis, airway management, and preliminary edema may be delayed. Therefore, patient should be monitored for 24 hours following several inhalation exposure important to maintain ventilation and oxygenation monitoring and arterial blood gases or pulses of oximetry and consider positive airway pressure treatment options. Most of people recover following exposure of chlorine gas. Now, laboratory test assist making treatment decision if someone has been exposed to chlorine. Diagnosis of the chlorine poisoning will primarily based on clinical examination and patient history, not laboratory testing. While laboratory testing chlorine exposure is not useful as a treatment decision routine study monitor blood count, glucose, electrolysis may be useful evaluating complications. Besides killing the dangerous germ like bacteria, virus, and chlorine help to reduce disagreeable taste odor in water. The chlorine also help eliminate slime, bacteria, mold, and algae, and commonly grow water supply reservoir on the wall of water main and storage tank. In fact, Environment Protection Act requires treated tap water to contain detectable level of the chlorine to help protect against germ and way to consume taps. Now, chlorine chemistry play an important role harnessing solar energy, purifying the silicon in grain of sand and helping from their solar panel chip, wind turbine blade made from chlorine-based epoxy resin convert the power into electricity. Chlorine chemistry used manufacture fast processor power smartphone, tablet and computer. Chlorine chemistry also used manufacture residence, commercial air conditioning, refrigerating, hybrid car battery, high performance magnet. Chlorine chemistry critical to manufacture medicine depend on, including some of the lower cholesterol control, arthritis, pain, and reliever allergy symptom. The produce of chlorine chemistry also found blood bags, medical device, surgical site, and chlorine chemistry also help manufacture contact lens, safety glasses, and respiratory inhaler. Chlorine chemistry also used to plan, train automobile, boats, and manufacture of seat, cushion, bumper, brake, fluid, airbag, and help to passenger safe and comfortable. Chlorine chemistry also used manufacture slater, resistance window, wire, cable, steel, hull, and navigation system. Okay guys, this is up to chlorine. We see chlorine and its adverse effect and its chemical property, physical property. I hope you get sufficient knowledge after watching my video. Thank you for watching my 150 video. Next week we have covered some another chemical engineering topics. Till then, goodbye. Do take good care of yourself and wishes you a very happy Sunday ahead.